Hey friend, I just wanted to shoot a little video this evening about something that I feel like a lot of us struggle with, and that's feeling or trusting our intuition, maybe. Trusting maybe even our spirit guides or the divine plan, because sometimes it looks a little different than what we had expected. And yeah, I think that that can be something that really can slow us down or trip us out or make us, yes, it's basically only just slowing us down and giving us a chance to look at fears, look at maybe not just fears, but also, places. Right now it's Mercury retrograde. Um, Past like hobbies, relationships, connections, spaces within your life, asking us to look at them and then reappraise them and see where they fit within life, the world that you have grown into, that you've crafted for yourself. And something that has been super super helpful for me as someone who is often been accused of or internally accused of, afraid of being too much, right? Or too little, uh, like not enough, or holy shit, that's a hell of a lot. Like, dial it back, bro. Um, it's pretty common for a lot of us to, yeah, kind of like hold ourselves back or yeah, trip ourselves out in one way or another about the way we came through, Was it right? Were all the details correct? Did I look like an asshole? What did they think? There's a lot of, could I have done that better? What are the number of things that, like your brain is going to fill up your mental kind of like, I don't know, notification app with like a whole bunch of freaking annoying, like, um, little peanut gallery reminders about what other people think about the thing that is that you're doing, or whatever it is. But honestly, like, let me get to the actual meat of it. I guess I'm really like teasing it out here. I'm not trying to do that. But what it is that like whenever I catch myself in one of those thoughts where I'm like, oh, should I have, oh, this is another interesting one here. Like, was I supposed to have done the other thing? Right? Was I supposed to have done something different? Like, spiritually, was there like a guide? Like, did I do it wrong because I followed what I felt like I wanted at the time, and then like things didn't work out? Was I like foolish to like believe in that thing? And it's like, no, no, absolutely not. Like, you were completely right to exercise that will, that like that passion, or that say that thing in exactly the way you did, because that was what was genuine for you at that time, and you were operating within a context that made sense to you in your universe at that time, based off of who you were and what information was available to you. So like, um, all of this to say, you're the perfect amount. You're the perfect amount, because hear me out. It's a little bit interesting with the universe. It's a yin and yang kind of thing, baby. Like, it's a little like, there's, yeah, you you got to be like you got to be good, right? You want to, I mean, your heart is good. You're a human. You understand your source, your love. That is what is creating all of us, like on the deepest level. And we can become more and more aware of that, right? That's the whole kind of point of it, I feel like, is to become more aware of how much you are love, your world is love, and to kind of detach a little bit and like, yeah, just, allow old reflections where we were not as well educated on who we are and the beautiful heart that we have. And yeah, like, old paradigms, eventually kind of wear through, like an old paradox, right? And Doc Martens, right? You walk in those things, it's great. Your feet are protected. But at the same time, you could wear through them. I mean, they're great, but a paradox will only last for so long. So we're in a new place. And maybe the old paradox was that perfectionism, right? But the new place is realizing that we are perfection, that I am perfection. I am the perfect amount, right? I am the divine ratio, if you will. And I will. Will you? The point is like, yeah, any little thought like, oh, I second guessed that and I did the other thing. Was that the right choice? Yes. Short, like, let me just skip to the point. Yes, whatever it is you chose, yes, you perfectly chose that, because there needs to be a blend of right decisions and wrong decisions to get you through the plot line in a beautiful, interesting, amazing, satisfying, like artistic, gorgeous way that's going to fill your soul and open your heart and like do all of the things, allow you to live your dream, you know? That is what we're here to experience in 3D, in the like incarnate world, right? Is we're here to experience a dream, a divine dream. So the more of this that we can recognize as divinity, and the more of this that we can understand is not opposed to us. So even if it looks a little shady, maybe there's just shadow and light naturally existing within creation, and they're not really opposed, and they're not, one of them's not good and the other one's not bad. It's maybe one is elementally different, it's hot, and the other one is elementally different, it's cool, but you're not, it's it's a little more kind of like you're safer within this than maybe the news would like to make you think. Old, people who are still wearing that old paradox, right? And their freaking feet are stepping on all kinds of pebbles and shit because that shit doesn't work anymore. It's worn out. It's worn out. And so they're telling you which path to tread. Well, yeah, because that would be the path that would give them the least amount of pebbles in their shoes. But like, it's not. You got a new paradox, baby. You you're freaking changing out shoes like like they're freaking filling it up on the news. No way. I don't know what that meant. I just like started to like almost be like, oh, should I do some rapping? See, my throat is like, not today, sir. No, possibly, but not right now. But that's perfect because there's the perfect amount of allowing an energy to come through and allowing an energy to actually sit back. A perfect amount of becoming a little bit embarrassed because you're edging out of a comfort zone, and then allowing yourself to drop back into like what feels really like home. That's the other thing that's been coming through lately is like get comfortable with what you fall back on. That sounds a little rough, but like truly, there are things, pillars within your life, loves, interests, like true heart callings, and like ways of being, maybe even necessarily, that like come through, and not all old ways need to be just like burnt at the fucking stake. I mean, that's certainly what some people, some of the more, radical spiritual kind of like advice sometimes sounds very like, you just need a whole new life. And sometimes you do, but a lot of times, a lot of times I think it's more about like appreciating the life that you have and understanding just how fucking set you got it. You've got it set. That's the other thing. So it's not only that you are perfect, perfect amount, perfect ratio for this point in your story. You need just the right amount of like shyness, just the right amount of like over cockiness, just the right amount of, you know, uh, I don't know, like like your body needs to have just that right amount of density for what you're about to kind of move through, and actually what would be ideal, what will actually present you in just the right way. I don't know. I'm not sure what it is that you're worried about, but let me just assure you that you got just the right amount. Just the right amount. You are just the right amount. So, whatever it is that you're thinking, oh shit, did I kind of offend them a little bit? Well, you know what? They needed to be kind of offended in that conversation just a little bit. Just a little bit. And you did the job. Ooh wee. You did it down to the T. That's right. So, yeah. Or maybe it's not just like these kind of like traditionally like, unfavorable things like offending someone or whatever, but like, yeah, did you say the right words? Because maybe you didn't know. There was a lady who did a poem for me the other day at a party. They had this woman on the typewriter doing poems, part of the New York Poets Society, or is it Poetry Society of New York? I'm not sure. Anyways, if someone wants to know, just hit me up in the comments. It was amazing. She gave me this poem. She asks a few questions, and I kind of just responded and like spoke with her for a moment. And she then took like maybe 7 to 10 minutes, wrote up this little poem, and was like, "Here you go." And she read it to me, and I was like, it was clearly amazing, clearly beautiful, clearly for me at that time. And I was like, I was impressed. I was like, yeah, this is great. But then later on, as I like sat with it, I was like reading it the other morning. I opened up my journal and I was reading it, and I was just like, I could barely like get through reading it. It was just like so powerful, so like meant for me, and I understood it on so many more levels. So it's like sometimes we have no idea how much power our words actually carry, like how much they mean, how much, yeah, like that's exactly what was needed, just the right amount of all the stuff. Silly bullshit, banter, a little bit of wisdom. I took just the right amount of time. I wiggled around and swatted at mosquitoes just the right amount in this video, right? If I can believe that, then you can believe that you're just the right amount of whatever it is that you want to do. And also, even, oh, here's a good one with the manifestation stuff, right? What if, because a lot of us in the manifestation world, we're like very afraid of like our mental diet. What if we go off the mental diet? We think about something like a fear thing or a lack thing or whatever. Understand that you also need just the right amount of those old paradigm bullshit thoughts slipped in so that your energy can sit there and parcel through it and kick it out the back door. So you have just the right amount of even your fears. You got it fucking set, because you're it. You it, baby. You the shit. Have a great fucking rest of your night or morning or whatever time or no time you think it is. Love you.